Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video and I'll be making my own cornrows from scratch. So these are my hair products. I don't use too much. I use a hair strengthener to reduce breakage and give you good hair quality. That's my hair cream. It's herbal. It's very good for hair growth as well. That's what it stays on the inside. That's my conditioner, leave-in conditioner. I put them all on my palm. Just like that. Then I mix it all together so that it can spread evenly when I massage it into the hair. Don't want lumps everywhere. So I try to mix it all up really nice. Then I massage it into my hair, down to my scalp, to the roots, everywhere. Make sure that it goes round. And at the same time, I'm also massaging the hair and using my fingers to comb the hair out, so it gets a bit more fluffy, and the product goes all around. I also like to add some essential oil. I add the rosemary oil and I also add the jojoba oil. Just a few drops on the scalp to nourish the scalp and also grease it. Then I massage it into my hair as well. Massage it onto the scalp and into the hair, just everywhere. Let it go around evenly, so it gives you a healthy scalp and healthy hair as well. Make it, pretty rich and doesn't get dry. Then after that, I like to spray some water because you can't afford to have your coily hair getting dry. It's going to break a lot. It's going to be very hard. So I dampen it, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be too wet, just damp, not completely crispy. And then I cover it in my double-layered shower cap. You can also use your hair bonnet and the shower cap just to keep the heat and the moisture in. Then I pause for 15 minutes. That's me pausing, taking a break. I see that. Yeah, okay. 15 minutes is done. I'm back. Take off my cap. My hair is moist, pretty fluff. The heat has spread the oils and the cream all around. Those are my hair buns. I pat the hair with my fingers, all the way to the back like that, so that I can start combing. If I don't have to detangle, I don't comb it. I don't have to braid it, I don't comb it. I just use my fingers to brush it, then I put it in whichever style I wanted to do. There's no point combing your hair and detangling all the way if you're not braiding it. It's just unnecessary stress for you and for the hair. So if I'm just doing my pigtails or two buns, I don't know what you call it, I just finger comb it and I pack it. Also, if I want to just put it in one bun, I just use my fingers to comb it and then I pack it. There's no need combing your hair every time. It's going to just break it, especially if you have tender scalp and hair that easily breaks. You just need a brush to tidy the front, maybe the sides and the back, and you're good to go casually. But that's not our aim today. I'm making cornrows, so I've taken the buns out. I just wanted to show you guys that. So now I'm going to start detangling the hair. I'm doing it in parts. I'm going to do parts on each side to make the detangling easier. Put the parts up in buns. So that's my comb set, but this is my favorite comb and I like to use the wide tooth bit. So I'm parting the hair in front because it's going to be a lot thicker than the one at the back. So do 3 parts on each side. That's probably the lightest part of the hair. Detangle that bit first at the tip. At the tip, don't come from the base. I just comb. You can comb the base up, then I detangle the tip, comb the base up, detangle the tip. So using a wide tooth comb, please. So I think it's especially for us with really tender scalp. This is quite safe. Okay. So it's quite safer for those of us with really tender scalp to comb from the tip. The down is going to be soft because you've moistened it, you've creamed it, you've massaged it. So all the curls and all the tangles will be coming to the tip. You just use the combs to take that out. It's tedious, I know. It could take time. It takes energy. Take my arms out at some point, but it saves you the risk of giving your hair to someone you don't know if they can handle it. Also, if you have tender scalp and you don't have someone that can make your hair for you around, you might want to learn how to make it by yourself too. So done the front bit, the back bits, and then you put them all together, ready to braid it. So that's why I'm making this video for the girls that are new to braiding their own hair or detangling their own hair, because I've seen a lot of ladies complain about how their 4C hair is being detangled at salon. So I thought, okay, let me do a detangling video for people who might not be familiar with 4C hair to see a pretty nicer way to detangle it for yourself and also for your girls, for your kids as well, for your sisters and all that. So when I detangle, I like to put the bun in a way that I curl the tip in. I tuck the tip of the hair in. So that's why when I'm putting the hair in the bun, I'm turning the tip over because the tip is where all the curls go, and it curls back really quickly. So to reduce the curls in the tip, because it's going to curl back, yeah? So to reduce the curls, when I pack it, I use the scrunchie to like hold the edge of it down, just so it gives it a bit of a stretch and a hold. So I'm detangling the other side now. 3 parts, section it, comb from the tip up, then you comb the tips out. The hair will break, obviously, because it's very coily, and detangling is not something I do often. I detangle like once in like 4 or 5 weeks. So of course there will be some breakage and some build up. So if your hair breaks, that's pretty normal. You don't have to be too worried unless it's breaking like really bad and you're balding and losing hair and it's not growing back. So other than that, yeah, there was a lot of hair falling off on my body, on the floor, even in the comb. But when I'm combing, I like to, that's a title. I like to take the hair out of the comb just to keep it clean, and also so that the hair that's cut off doesn't go back in my hair when I'm combing it. So when I see that there's a build-up in my comb, I take that out and I just trash it. Go back in, take a break. It's exhausting, trust me. It is exhausting. But this is the hard bit, yeah? Once you detangle it, it's easy to part and it's easy to braid it. If you don't do that, you're going to have a pretty difficult time, especially if your hair is thick and very, very coily. So we're done, yeah. So that's the bits with the detangling. This is the last portion I'm on now. Wide tooth comb, guys, don't forget. At the point I was doubting my comb, that is the tooth not wide enough, because man. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's my favorite comb. I use it for myself and for my daughter also. Very convenient. You don't need any other comb, just this one. Keeps your hair pretty safe, and it goes all the way around your hair. Just take the tangles out and the knots out, and I think that's basically all that you need for coily hair. Because to be fair, when we look at our coily wigs, how do we treat them? We don't use like small combs on them. We use wide tooth combs on our coily wigs. So why do we use like tiny combs to comb coily hair? Especially when you're doing it, if it's not a tiny part, it's a big part. So now I'm starting my cornrows. I'm doing my center part. I like to get a nice clean center part so that when I lay my wigs on, it sinks nicely. So I do the part all the way to the back, divide it into 2, and then I take it one side at a time. I've bond the other side, then I start with one side. I like to part with my fingers first and then my comb. When I part with the fingers, I use my hands to portion the size I'm braiding, see how many braids I'm thinking of doing and if the portion will meet up to the number of braids. In this case, I want to make 6 braids, 3 on each side. So I'm trying to get 1/3 of each braid at one part like that. So I like to part it with my fingers and the little comb. So I put my finger in front, I follow it with the comb just to get a part as clean as possible. It's not going to be perfect, especially for those of us that are not professionals at this. It doesn't have to be perfect, you get. So it's just for you to just protect your hair in a style that you can rock easily, and go out if you want to. So there, I've done the parts to the best of my capacity, but I can braid down. So I've started braiding down. That's my first braid going down. It's not too bad, braid it all the way to the tip. And while you're braiding, you need to be careful of the hair on the back of your neck because of the position that you're in. Even though you're braiding by yourself, there's still a tendency that you can pull it too tight. So you have to try to bend your head a bit when you get to the back of your neck so you don't pull the hair on there too tight and then it doesn't start to hurt you when you're done and you try to bend your head forward. So yeah, it's not too bad. I will see if I can do a video on how to do your own braid downs like that. So there's detangling and all of that, but not everybody knows how to braid down, but you can learn it. It's pretty easy. I'll try to do a video with a dummy head, or if I see a volunteer to make a video and show. But you can try to learn how to braid down with someone else's hair first. When you're able to braid down with someone else's hair and you've practiced over time, you start to get the technique of the interweaving of the hair. And then you can try with your own hair. It doesn't have to be perfect at first, second or third time. But with time, you keep getting more familiar with it. and it gets, a bit easier. It's the video is sped up, so it does take a longer than it's been shown in here. I think overall it all took me about 2 hours to finish the tangling and the breakdown, but it's not too bad. On your day off, you could do this, on the weekend, or you could do it for your kids. Just to give you an overview of how to keep your hair healthy, protect your own hair easily without, breaking the bank or having to risk, maybe someone pulling your hair too tight. Because I have a very sensitive scalp. My hair pulls very easily. So I'm always very careful who I allow to, undo my hair. If I have a sense or I don't trust you or you've done my hair before and it's too tight, I just find time and try to, do this by myself, the braid downs. And, it's easy for me to maintain that and move around in that, dress up with that, till I find someone that could maybe do like a proper weave for me. But in the meantime, also, it's protecting my hair, helping my hair grow, it's keeping my hair healthy. It's good for my scalp because there's less risk of dandruff because it's treated, it's exposed. So, and then when you wash your hair, you could just do this so you don't have to keep coming back to combing it or brushing it every day. Because when you're brushing it every day, you could start pulling your edges off also. So when you've done the breakdowns, you can easily rock it with like a wig, a scarf, a face cap. You just feel a bit more confident because you're not looking, unkempt. So that's one side done, and I'm now on the other side of it. 3 braids on each side. That's another 1/3. Part with the comb, detangle it a little bit with the white tooth comb. Just the white tooth comb because my hair is like really thick. So then I braid it down. I think that's the last bit I'm on now. So happy when I got to this point because, yeah, my arms were beginning to hurt. My elbows were hurting. I think my back was hurting at some point. But yeah, I'm so glad to get to this point. Finishing the last braid now. Feeling relieved, probably. Yeah, I hope this video helps a little bit to, maintain your 4C hair. I just wanted to do my bit, especially with the detangling bit. And when I finish, I like to tidy up with a water-based gel, no flakes and all of that. Just a little bit to tidy up the front of the hair. Not so much. It's not very necessary. I just did this because I wanted to make it look a bit neater. And that's the brush you need for your hair. You don't need any comb. You just need the white tooth comb and the brush, preferably, especially if you have tender scalp and you don't want to lose and your hair breaks, You don't want anything that pulls it too tight. The hair is done, and I can throw my wig on or a scarf, or a face cap, and I'm good to go. Thank you for watching.